Hi everyone. The UK Home Secretary just made the big announcement when it comes to UK visas going forward. This includes all the changes being made to UK visa and immigration policies. And that's what we're discussing today. Without wasting much time, I'm Ashika, and on this channel we talk about moving to the UK amongst other countries. With that, let's dive in. Now, like you saw from my last video, net migration in the UK was 745,000 this year, which is an enormously large number. So obviously the UK government wanted to take a lot of measures so that they brought these numbers down and took control of the entire situation. The reason for this is it was putting an immense strain on all public facilities being offered, which is why the UK government today and the Home Secretary in specific, James Cleverly, announced a bunch of changes with regards to UK visas and immigrations to bring these numbers down. Had these plans been announced last year, these rules would have effectively reduced 300,000 people from moving to the UK. That's what the goal is right now. Now, the first change is the new minimum salary required for you to get a skilled worker visa in the UK has moved from 26,000 to 38,700. So that's 1/3 higher than the current threshold. Now, interestingly, the median wages in the UK are 35,000. So this is even higher than that. So it's going to be quite difficult if you ask me. Now, the only good news over here is that this change specifically is for skilled worker visas. So it doesn't affect healthcare worker visas or social care worker visas. The next change is with regards to the shortage occupation list. Earlier, the workaround for the skilled worker visa was the shortage occupation list, which basically meant that if your job or the job role that you were interested in was on the shortage occupation list, you could earn less salary, 20% less salary, and still be eligible for a work visa. Well, not anymore. The government just announced it's going to do away with this. So in the weeks to come, the shortage occupation list is going to be trimmed excessively with only a few jobs that will be retained on this list. And James Cleverly also said that they're going to do away with the 20% less income, which basically means that you cannot be offered a lower salary from now on. In the next big change, overseas care workers will no longer be allowed to bring their dependents, that's their partners and their children, to the UK. So while they'll still be allowed to apply for their own worker visas, they will not be allowed to bring along their dependents on that visa. Now, the reason for this is while until September, 66,000 people got conventional skilled worker visas. But in the same period, 144,000 people got health and care worker visas, and mostly to work in care homes. Now, if you add the dependents, the total number of people who came into the UK on a care worker visa was 318,000, which is a really big deal. And add to it the fact that there are a lot of articles that have been coming out of how care workers are being scammed in the UK. The government is very careful when it comes to this visa now. Now, while some people were concerned that these many restrictions on this particular visa will reduce the number of people applying for this visa, the Home Secretary is of the opinion that while people with families might not apply, people who are single and who do not have people dependent on them will still continue to apply, so it will not impact the industry as much. In another announcement, there's another big blow to people who want their families to join them in the UK. The minimum threshold for a family visa will also be raised from now to 38,700 to ensure people only bring dependents whom they can support financially. Earlier, the rate that you needed to earn to bring along your dependents to the UK was 18,600. That's now going to be changed again to 38,700. So that's going to be a huge problem for most people who are looking to bring their families. Now, the challenge is this is also going to affect British citizens who intend to bring their families or their partners or spouses who are in different countries to come join them in the UK, because now they need to earn £38,700, which is way above the average pay grade, like I told you. So this is honestly going to affect a lot of people from bringing even family members, people who are British citizens. Another announcement he made was just to iterate the changes he had said earlier when it comes to health and immigration surcharge, which was that the health and immigration surcharge is going to rise from £624 to £1,035 per person per year. Now, moving to student visas. Like you know, from Jan 2024, international students who are coming to study in the UK will no longer be allowed to bring their dependents along with them. So no spouse, no children, you can't bring any of them along. But apart from this, the government has also asked the Migration Advisory Committee to review the graduate route. Now, the challenge is we don't know whether the route is going to be scrapped or if the route is going to be suspended or reduced for some time, or if they're going to put a salary cap on it. But I think we should just stay tuned because these changes will be announced pretty soon. All right, so those are the big changes. I will update you as soon as they make an announcement on the graduate route and on what they plan to do with the shortage occupation list. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, if you'd like to know what those updates are. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. I will try to help out. I will try to answer all of them. Thanks for watching.